What's up guys, this is Madden Mike here again, and today is our first video here on the Madden Mike channel. And today I'm going to be introducing my Madden 5 countdown. Now in the Madden 5 series we're going to be talking about a selection of 5 different things that either were in Madden or should be added to Madden, or things I like about Madden, or top 5 Maddens. Now today's video is going to be 5 features from previous Maddens that I would like to see return. So let's get into this here. So at number 5, we're going to talk about something from the PS2 era of Madden, and that is the ability to have mouth guards on your player. Now a lot of NFL players nowadays wear mouth guards that hang off their face mask, and essentially they look like a pacifier, but they're a mouth guard. And this is something in the NFL today that a lot of players still wear, and this is something that on PS2 you were able to put on your created player, or even your players that on the normal roster, if you're able to edit them, you could put mouth guards on them. And I think this is something that should be added back to Madden, simply because, I mean, it's a realistic aspect, it's a realistic piece of gear, and Madden is really keen on adding all these new pieces of gear to create a player into the players in the game so they look authentic. And I think that them not adding mouth guards really doesn't make any sense, because for one, I don't think it would be hard at all for them to add it to Madden, and two, it was in Madden before. And they've added all these arm sleeves and different types of gloves and different color tapes, so I think them adding a mouthpiece would not be very hard whatsoever. I mean, this is something that appeared on Madden on PS2, and that's the last time we've seen it. So I think it's about time that we get mouth guards back. I mean, it's a pretty realistic thing, and I think we should get them back. The number 4 thing from Madden's past that should return is Create a Team. Now, you guys all remember Create a Team. On Madden, from PS2 up until Madden 12, you could create your own team. There was a selection of logos. Now on the PS2 version and the Xbox version, you could use classic NFL logos, current NFL logos, default logos made by EA Sports, and you could name your team. You can customize uniforms, you can customize the stadium, and I think that customization is very important in video games. It's something that can take a good game and make it great, something that can take a game that's okay and make it good, something that can make the game better. And customization is very important to the fan base of many games, and I think being able to create your own team could add so many new opportunities for Madden players. I think that Madden players who do content on YouTube would be able to do a lot more interesting, different content having a created team. Now I know on Madden there is teams currently you can relocate, and you can choose from default teams by Madden that are made from EA Sports, but I think personally being able to make my own team with my team's own name and my own stadium with the stadium's own name would provide a lot more fun experience than just default teams. Now the default teams are good, but I think having the ability to customize it to our personal liking would really go a long way. Now, next, number 3 thing that should be added to Madden, it should be the ability to do training camp. Now on Madden on PS2 and the Xbox version, you could do training camp, you could participate in training camp. Now it wasn't training camp like in the real NFL. It was simply, you could pick from your roster in different drills, and you could further one player's stats for each drill. Now I think if they added this to Madden franchise mode, I think that this would really go a long way, because it would really help in developing your players. And I think also adding practice mode the off season would give you more of a training camp feel, and I think it would be cool to develop your players in the off season. So maybe you sign some undrafted free agents and you're able to progress them to the point where they could make your main roster for the regular season, and you could have yourself a very good player, and you could also fill key holes by using these players in training camp and developing them to the point where you could use them strategically in your franchise. Now, this is something that was in Madden in the past, and Madden is keen on trying to add things to make it a more realistic NFL experience with franchise mode, connected franchise. So I think what Madden should do, EA Sports is they should add a franchise mode back, or excuse me, not a franchise mode, they should add a training camp mode back to the franchise mode. You know, we have Practice Squad now, which is a very good feature, and I enjoy it, and I think it's a very awesome feature. I think it's underrated. I think a lot of people don't really see it as good as it is, but I always in the past would draft players, and I would always have extra draft picks from negotiating trades and such, and I would have to cut these players when I really wanted to keep them. Now, the number 2 thing that I'd like to see them add back to Madden is Madden Moments. Now, if you guys remember, on PS2 there was something called Madden Moments, and what you could do is you could play these Madden Moments, and it would be moments from the previous season. On some Maddens it would be moments from the previous season, and you could recreate them, and it was kind of like a little bit of a story mode for Madden, and you'd have to complete these objectives to complete the Madden moment. And I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really good feature, and I think it's something that should definitely return. And there's also updates for there would be more Madden moments added for the current season that had just happened. I think this is something that should return to Madden. I think this is something that was favored by a lot of players. And the last time we have seen Madden moments, if I'm not mistaken, was Madden 12. So I think it's about time we get Madden moments back. And the number 1 thing that I think that should be added back to Madden is the quarterback vision cone. Now, I know this isn't a crazy thing, but, you know, I think that it was something that was pretty cool, and something that we all liked on PS2, and I think it's something that was pretty useful. And I think online it could be useful because you could potentially trick your opponent into thinking you're throwing the ball to another part of the field when you're not. And I think it's something that was favored by a lot of players and should return, simply for the fact that it could add a dynamic to strategic playing online, and even in franchise mode against the CPU or, you know, other players. And it was something that was really prominent in the PS2 days, and I believe the PS2 days were the heyday for the Madden franchise and the Madden machine, so I think this is something that should be added back to Madden. Now, if you guys have any suggestions in the comment section down below, anything you think that deserves to be on this list, go ahead and let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like.